Hey Pisces, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your December 2019 reading. All right, Pisces, this is the end of the decade, the last month of, well, really, yeah, it's the last month of the decade. How crazy is that? And we've already finished 2019. I feel like we just started it. It's nuts. So gonna be an interesting read for sure. I've been working on gathering all the information for the 2020 yearly polls for all the signs, so keep an eye out for that. That's going to be interesting. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe and do make sure to hit that wiggly bell in the corner. It'll notify you when I go live or when I post up. I do appreciate it, guys. So thank you again to all of my followers, all of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. All right, Pisces, let's start off with the astrology and then we're going to get into the cards. Okay, I kind of have a loose list of things to ask. I actually use it for Taurus, and I kind of want to use some of it for you guys as well. So we're going to see that as well, which is weird because you're very esoteric, very intuitive, and I usually kind of read, I feel like more like a Pisces would read. But we're going to do something a little bit more structured, okay? So 3rd of December, your co-ruler, Jupiter, the planet of good luck, fortune, and learning, is moving into Capricorn in your 11th house. So you're going to be focusing more on your social groups, social communities, things really that matter to you, all that kind of humanitarian energy. And you might be asking yourself all throughout, not even just this month, but all throughout 2020, where's your tribe? Who is on your wavelength? On the 10th of December, Mercury is moving into Sagittarius, which is in your 10th house of career. Good times, promotions, good stuff with work, good changes in terms of work. You might be asking yourselves how you can bring more joy in terms of your interactions with others, especially through work as well. On the 11th, 12th of December, sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. I have like something itchy there. 11th, 12th of December, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in your 4th house of home and family, Gemini. So you might be asking yourself a lot of questions having to do with home, with moving, with security. What gives you security? Where are your boundaries at in terms of your family? How are they working right now? Be more focused on that and making adjustments and compromises that are needed. On the 21st of December, we got Venus moving into Aquarius, which is, again, your 12th house of intuition, channeling, metaphysical stuff. So it'd be good for you to get by the water, get in touch with your emotions a little bit more, okay? On the 22nd of December, we have the sun moving into Capricorn, which is your 11th house of communities, friends, and groups. And then on the 26th of December, we have a new moon solar eclipse, again, in your 11th house of Capricorn. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities around that to connect with people that matter to you, to establish new friendships, make new connections in those kind of ways. Really impactful friendships and really impactful relationships within your life are going to come into focus. So that's all the astrology for the month there, at least a little touch of it. You can look at Gregory Scott or White Light Astrology if you want more in-depth astrology for the month. Let's get into your energy this month here with the Gustav Klimt Tarot. All right, your energy this month, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. As you guys know, if it doesn't resonate, messages aren't for you. Don't leave nasty, rude comments if they don't resonate. I don't know you, and therefore, I probably won't be able to read for you unless, you get a reading with me. So if it doesn't resonate, it's no offense to you. I just didn't pick up on your energy. All right, so your energy this month, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I will be honest, right before I started the video, I like to ask the decks, which one wants to work with me for this sign, for this reading. And both the decks that wanted to be used for you came up with 2 of Swords, both of them. So we'll see how that plays into your reading. It's your energy this month. One just flipped over here. Where is it? It's like in the middle of the deck. I don't know where it is. I guess we'll have to wait until it pops itself back up. Dang, this is interesting. Nothing's coming out. Your energy December 2019, Pisces. Why don't you want to tell me? Well, that's why. Okay. I was like, Taurus kind of had some tough truths, which honestly may be tough for a Taurus, but really weren't that bad. But you, I knew it was going to be something like this because you would not give me a card there. And if it's Pisces, it's usually because we don't want to let something go. And Judgment reverse there. I gotta say, it just feels like there's a lot of disillusionment and an inability to change where we need to here. You know, we have a fear of the unknown, a fear of isolation, a fear of separation of what was that is in your energy this month. So let's now continue though and look at your focus this month, your goals. What is your focus, your main focus this month, Pisces? And don't worry, we're going to get more into how all the cards play out after I get them all out. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. What is in your goals this month? Your focus. Face down. Why is this happening? You guys really... What is your focus this month? Let's stop hiding. Let's stop hiding, Pisces. Tell me what's up. That's why. Interesting. Taurus had the same thing about the focus. I knew it was going to be something about love, and that's why we're uncomfortable. We need to let go of some old stuff having to do with love, maybe exes, you know, ways of going about and getting into relationships and approaching love, beliefs about it. We need to change. We're holding on to some, it feels like things from childhood, insecurities, problems, and ways of going about relationships that have really never worked. And I think that a lot of that is going to come into focus here. Now, I'm not just saying love relationships. I'm also saying, you know, friendships, you know, any type of relationships, family, friends, work. We need to find different ways of going about it and release whatever wasn't working. It's going to come really up into the forefront, I think, this month for you. Let's now look at the major obstacles to finding events, and I'm going to look at that with the Egyptian tarot. All right. What are your major obstacles? Or actually, before we get into that, because I want to actually go, let's go week by week first. Yeah, let's go week by week first, and then we're going to get into that. Sorry to switch it around like that, but I think that it needs to go this way. That's how I did it with Taurus, and I really liked the way that the spread went. So I'm actually going to continue using the same deck. I didn't do that with them, but I don't know, Pisces. It's like I can't decide with you right now. What's going on? Your energy is always like this, but it's especially so this month. You guys are almost like, I don't know, you want commitment and yet you fear it in all areas of life. So, you know, we're committing to the original deck because that one ain't going to let you do what you want to do here with this reading. Your energy is taking me this way, that way, left, right, up, down, sideways, into the fifth dimension. So we're going to really look at this week by week. Week 1 of December for you guys. Stop messing with me. Week 2, major focus and energy. And I'm not sure which way that one's coming out, but I don't think you're going to be happy about that one. Oh, I do think you're going to be happy about that one, though. I don't know what's been going on between you and Taurus, or any Tauruses in your life. Your readings are always almost like a little bit connected in the energy and what you're going through. So I don't know what's up with that. Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense to you. But the past few months, like I would say since October or even September, I felt it's like a weird connection between your energies and your readings are parallel. Maybe some of you have a Taurus twin flame. Ooh, that made me feel a certain way. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is for some of you. All right, 4th week though. We're gonna see how this one plays out. I'm like, okay, maybe not that bad. Don't worry, we'll pull other defining cards after. We're gonna pull some more. It's not over. So this isn't just all the definition, you know, where we have to pull all the other parts of this reading out, and then we'll get more into it, okay? And it'll all be a clear picture by the end, so don't freak out. First week, we have the Knight of Pentacles as a focus, long-term goals. I mean, it is Sagittarius season. We're shooting our arrow this way, that way. What's going to work for us in the future? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to live? Where do I want to travel? What kind of career vocation am I now moving toward? Where do I want my work and money life to move toward? That's your focus first week here. We're thinking about more long-term goals where we want to see ourselves maybe even a year down the line or even longer, or less. But Three of Swords here is your second week, and it kind of did a little spinny dance when it came out, so I'm not really sure if it's upright or reversed. So we're going to talk about it in both ways, and we're going to see the other cards that kind of come out for your challenges and stuff this month, because Three of Swords feels like a challenge. It feels like we're working through some heartbreak, something ain't working here, something, and I feel like it has a lot to do with how somebody else. Don't worry, we're going to look more into it. I don't want to get too into that vibe until I see some more cards about what's happening this month for you. But third week, as an overall, we get the Knight of Cups. Much better. That's your energy. This is the card, you know, in terms of the people in the deck. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but the people in the tarot decks, I don't know why I can't think of it. I don't know, whatever. It'll come back to me. It's not important. The people in the decks. The Knight of Cups for me is you. It has a very dreamy, beautiful message. It's got, you know, all these hopes and dreams, and it's got this beautiful romantic energy. And, you know, again, Pisces rules the feet. So when I see the Knight of Cups, you know, it just feels like you. You're on the move. You're moving towards something. You've got emotions that are, you know, moving towards, you know, the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, something more. You've got a cup of love here. So where will you take it? Five of Swords is how we end the year, and that doesn't always mean a negative thing. I don't really like to define the Five of Swords unless I immediately get like you've won or you've lost kind of vibe from it. Sometimes it's all about the fight and needing to pick up your swords and realize, you know, when is best to stand up for yourself, when it's best to shut your mouth, and when it's best to deal with it in a different way. And we'll see what that means, because that's an interesting way of putting it, but that's what's coming through. All right, so now we're going to look at your major obstacles and defining events. And I'm going to move these cards up here so that I can have the room, because the Taurus reading got messy. If you went over and saw it on my Instagram, I'll probably post yours too, because I'm sure yours is just going to be just as messy. But on my story, I usually put like sneak peeks and stuff, so I put a little sneak peek to the Taurus reading, and I was like, your cards, 6 different decks. I think that you guys, again, are in the same boat. You are having a tarot stir-fry. Or we're using a bunch of different tarot decks. What are your major obstacles and defining events this month, Pisces? For December 2019 for Pisces. The cubic stone. You ain't gonna like this, I don't think. That's okay. I think it's gonna take us where we need to. Oh, yeah, exactly. Your major events and obstacles. Okay. This is a very different deck, and it goes by Eastern astrology and Egyptian, well, really like Egyptian astrology and gods and goddesses, which their dates are different. The deck is different. There are more cards. And for example, Scorpio is like the Temperance card in this. So, and that's here. Don't worry. Wow. Get 2 10s right next to each other and 2 9s in the reading too. All right. I'm trying to make it less intense, but this is an intense one. The cubic stone. So this is what's in your major obstacles and challenges, and we can't really. Okay, cubic stone here. How do I even put this? Cubic stone is he's like the emperor. He's like the emperor in this deck here. He talks about, you know, that divine masculine energy. he's very much about the realization, what you've accomplished. It's kind of taking a more powerful stance on something, standing up for yourself, doing what needs to be done. The Emperor doesn't mince words. He has a very empowered stance, and he's not afraid to show it. So it could also, again, be that we're having issues with father figures, men, divine masculine problems, you know, issues in terms of the masculine in our life here, you know, having maybe even somebody that we thought was, you know, our person, if you're a female Pisces or a male Pisces or whatever, if you were interested in a guy, because again, this is very masculine energy, it's hard for me to see him as a female energy, especially when he doesn't even represent Aries in this deck. So to me, it's just very much divine masculine realization, what you've accomplished. It's very fixed, it's very durable in terms of the results, and a very protected, enforced energy. You might feel, you know, there might be somebody in your life that has that kind of force in your life, or a divine masculine, a guy, a masculine figure in your life that maybe you wanted to be with. The Nine of Swords is right next to that, and the Seven of Pentacles. Things have not turned out the way you've wanted them to be. If this is a love situation, you're definitely still single about it. And again, I don't know, if this isn't a masculine energy, this is somebody who has a very powerful, you know, I'm doing my thing, this is who I am, I do my own thing, and like, I don't really know how you fit into my energy or into my life. And that's the energy that we're picking up from this person, this situation, or even a job. It just feels very much like, whoa, okay, I don't know where that came from, but your energy is suddenly shifted. Nine of Swords, and it's kind of making you crazy. So maybe they kind of took a more, they took a stance that really didn't behoove or didn't give you what you wanted out of it, or what you thought you'd be getting out of it. The Seven of Pentacles, you know, with the Nine of Swords, that's a lot of dissatisfaction. Things have not proceeded the way you wanted them to, and it's making you a little crazy in the headspace, or a little bit emotional, not so much crazy, but emotional. And it's going to feel like a nightmare has come to fruition. The Two Urns reverse is there as well. Now, the Two Urns, I believe this is, yeah, it's supposed to represent Scorpio, actually. I remember it being like, why? But okay, it represents Scorpio. That's just what it is, even though the Reaping Skeleton is what I thought would. It's different. And when you get, you know, the Two Urns there, it's really, it's almost, it's like somewhere in between, you know, Sagittarius and Scorpio. Like, I don't know how to define like the feeling that I get from it, but it's out of balance, and it's also not making the change, it's not ending the situations that bring it out of balance. It's like you're continuing to pour your energy into something that is just not even slightly pouring it back, and you have to recognize where things have gotten that way, where things have not worked out here. It's also kind of brings up a lack of decision making, a lack of an ability to stick to one decision, or to even make a decision about it in the first place. Which is interesting, because right after that, you get the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Scepters, and then the Ten of Cups reversed. So Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups reversed. You're going to feel like you've kind of been dropped in an emotional situation. I can't help but see this as, some of you are going to feel like a love situation was supposed to go one way, and you really thought it was, but you haven't seen the changes. You haven't seen, you know, stuff moving in the way that you genuinely felt in your heart it would go. You know, I'm meant for this person. We're meant to be together. I don't know why we're not being together. I don't know why they're suddenly either cutting you off emotionally. I don't know. It just feels like somebody kind of retracted their emotions. It was all there, and then all of a sudden retracted. And you can't make a decision. You can't make heads or tails of the whole thing here. But 10 of Wands and 10 of Cups reverse signifies a need to drop your stress about it. I need to let it go, and maybe have a good cry about it. I don't know how to see the Ten of Cups in a more positive light, because it just feels it just feels sad. It's emotional poverty. This person kind of, you know, they're filling your cup, and then all of a sudden you turned your back for a second, and now it's not there. All your cups are empty, they're turned over, and you're like, oh, what happened? You know, it's just not, it doesn't feel good. But then, I mean, I don't want to say but then, because those are your challenges. There's really no positive one at the end of that. I'm going to be honest with you. When you get 2 10s reversed, I mean, it's difficult to let this go, but it's time to let the feelings go. It's time to release. And I'm going to get a better feel on that for you. What does that have to do with the week by week read? Our challenges, our obstacles. How does it all play out? The moon reversed. Whoo, okay, yeah. There it is. It's like their lack of speaking, the lack of equality, the lack of give and take, you know, equal give and take in this has been exhausting. And for those of you that this is a third party situation, it's like you can't drag yourself out of this for some reason. Or even if there isn't another person, you're going to feel, I don't know if it's like you see them talking to somebody or something else, or it's just all in your head, but this just feels very much like you knew this was indulgent and it wasn't going to go anywhere, and yet at the same time you really felt it would. Three of Swords, Justice with the moon reversed right there in the beginning. Sorry, it's like this. But your fears, your illusions, they're all coming to a head and they have to be dealt with. I don't know, like maybe it's like you wanted to end up with somebody and they get proposed to. For some of you, I don't know why I get that, because I mean the Justice card can be marriage, and now they can't give you, you know, what you were looking for, and you realize, oh my God, this has been third party all the time, the whole time here, and I don't really know how to deal with that. But or maybe you're realizing that a situation, this person doesn't have the feelings that you have. And that they are lying more in the friendship. But Knight of Cups, this is interesting. I mean, it's just like, you guys can approach this and connect these gaps. You can mend this, but it's almost like the cards are in your hands here, and I feel like I've been saying this for a while, but this situation is going to feel horrible this month if you don't try to come together and heal this person or heal this situation here that's obviously bringing you all this stress. You've been here about it. Oh my God, this is the problem this month. All right, I might need to just get out a new deck here, and we're going to talk about the Two of Swords because that came out twice. And we can't really ignore that, can we? Let me pull some more on it. You know what? Let's use a different... No, we're going to finish this deck. See, you're trying to get me to run away with it. You don't want to deal with this. We're dealing with this, Pisces. We're dealing with this Two of Swords situation. And what you need to do. Why have you been sitting here taking this? Four of Cups, I mean, it's dissatisfying, and yet you're not really willing to do what needs to be done about it. It's like you don't even see speaking. You don't see how you can push through this, or you're unwilling to do so, and yet something is, everyone's been offering you this the whole time, and it feels like this is what I've been trying to offer you, is like, just say something, do something. You have to put yourself out there. That is really, people get so afraid of rejection and how this is all going to blow up, but if that's really what if that's what you're fearing, I mean, that's not so bad. You must experience rejection, you must experience pain, you must experience these things to really reach the heart of love. It's not like love is just something that always works out, and you have to be okay with that. Otherwise, you don't learn from love. You don't grow from it. Nine of Cups, it's right there, but you got to get out of your head and into reality. You've really got to start making some decisions and do something about where you have not been satisfied. Five of Cups reversed. You still have that full cup of love, and despite all these other things that, you know, might feel like there's no reason to push forward, no reason to do this, I still think like you've got something to say here, and if you don't say it, it's going to make you crazy. It's really going to bother you, and you're never going to get the solution that you've been looking for. Wow. Tower comes out. You've got to bring... This is why I think you need to watch Taurus's video. They had the Tower as their energy for the month. Maybe you need to be the Tower in a Taurus's life. I don't know why. If it's a love situation, maybe. But the Tower is there. You have to break down what has been. And this feels like this inactivity, this inability to push forward on something, inability to say what needs to be said, to do what needs to be done, to make the necessary changes. It's like you're afraid of what it's going to bring and you're afraid of it. You have this fear of the unknown, Pisces. And yet, you're the 12th sign of the zodiac. You kind of are the unknown. So don't be afraid of it. Because you don't know how the situation is going to play out. Let me use another deck here for any other insight. Wow, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this read with you guys. And you and Taurus have had longer reads, but I don't know. There's somehow parallel, which is it's super weird because you are not opposite signs whatsoever. You're like a sign apart. And yet you're kind of on the same wavelength. Your readings. Yeah, why? Okay, this has to do with somebody or something that you felt extremely separated or on the outs from. I haven't been able to connect with you, especially physically. I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the affection. I'm not feeling the fulfillment. I'm not feeling any of it. I'm not feeling good. This is poverty. It's just feeling emotionally, spiritually, impoverished. It's feeling, horrible. It's a lot of needing to rely more on your spiritual warmth, physical hardships, financial hardships. But for me, this feels like separation. Could also be that you felt on the outs in terms of a career situation. You can't seem to get it right. You can't seem to get where you want to go. You can't seem to get that job, that situation, the way you want it to be. Remember both those 10s reversed. This is the time to end cycles. This is the time for huge change, to face our 9 of Swords and why we allow... Okay, when you get 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, for me, that's a very similar energy. It's weird, but as a reader, I kind of connect that as, really a dissatisfaction and inability to see where we want, grow the way we want it to. It's taking too long. It hasn't happened. I'm not getting the offers that I want. Well, have you changed the way you're going about it? No, you haven't fought for it. 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, fight for it, but you have to believe in yourself. Even if you are alone, even if you felt really alone, you have to build yourself back up again to somebody that you love and somebody that you know is deserving of love. You also got to fight for that security. It doesn't just come. You get 2 5s here. 5s are the push through. If you want to reconnect with somebody, you have to go and say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done. If you want to fix a problem, any type of problem, you have to make a decision, and that decision has to be, it's going to involve some fighting. It might involve other people and fighting with other people, coming up against others. But look at what this all leads to: success. 6 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, that security, that happiness, the stability, feeling fruitful in your endeavors, feeling fruitful in what you should feel fruitful about. I don't know, I'm saying that weird because then the High Priestess came out and I got distracted and I was like, wow, okay, here she is. High Priestess is here as well. A very you card, very up in our higher self kind of energy. It's very that feminine principle of wisdom, mystery, the moon goddess type of energy here. It's very much needing to delve into the unknown and bring the unknown up into real life here, and know that, it's almost like you guys, if you felt, so this is going to be this way, I feel a connection, this is how it is, especially again, because this feels like a love situation for a lot of you. This has been a long burn, a long, slow burn, and things have not gone the way you've wanted them to, and yet you haven't given up. There's this weird cup that you hold for this need to not give up on this, despite not getting what you should be getting out of it, not getting equal love and commitment. And at the same time, you have to look at where you stand in all that. Are you the one also fearing commitment and fearing the realities of it? Are you trying to make this into a real thing, or are you sitting on the fence and complaining about things not shifting? The other person can't read your mind, Pisces. You have to remember that as well. Even if you feel that weird psychic connection, know that they can't read your mind and that they need you to kind of push forward here as well. There has to be a fight. You have to connect. You got to push through. Get your energy going and do what needs to be done. Feel good about yourself and say what needs to be said here. And then you will realize you were right all along. There was success here. There is love here. there is something real. And I think for a lot of you, it has to do with an earth sign. Maybe it is a Taurus. Maybe it's a Virgo. Maybe it's Capricorn. But it also kind of says to me, things shift. Yeah, also Capricorn energy. It kind of makes me think of that 26th of December solar eclipse. New relationships, new friendships, all that kind of stuff. Maybe through friendship opportunities and situations where I'm kind of getting into a better place with love. But it just feels like stability is coming in. Something good is coming in. But you're going to have to be asked to push through here. And it's like you've been putting it off for a while, but we have a lot of 5s in this reading. A lot of 5s. We get 3 of Swords a couple times too. And we get the Tower. You have to change all that was to get to all that you want. You have to change how you've been going about this. You can't expect things to just happen and come to you. You have to put in some effort here. Because again, Pisces, because you roll the feet, you're in, you're out, you're all over the place. Nobody, I have to be honest, a lot of people don't really know what you're really trying to bring to the table. You're mysterious and nobody knows what a Pisces really wants and really means. You're mysterious in that way. You keep what you truly want to yourself. But at this point, if you want that to come to fruition, if you want that to happen, you're going to need to bring that right up into reality. And it's there for you. 10 of Pentacles, the whole shebang, the meat, the potatoes, the full buffet. It's all here. But you have to go for it. Ooh, let's pull some oracles. It looks lovely. And how, in terms of how it can turn out. But you're going to have to fight for something. And it might involve proving you do care. This other person at this point might not even believe that there was anything behind this. Because, again, you might think that you're communicating one way. But if you're not being upfront about it, Pisces, no one's really gotten the picture. The other person, the other party doesn't understand. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. How much more clear can we get? You have to. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Sorry, a false self mask in this relationship. Could be you, could be the other person. But the only way of figuring this out is expressing yourself. So I'm really going to tell you again, guys, express yourself. You have to find a way to express yourself truly and in a way that people can't really misconstrue. You have to make these changes. It's time to bring out what needs to be brought out. What have you been holding back? Because judgment is reversed, and that to me is that fear of the unknown. Why do you fear it so much? If you have a cup of love to give to somebody, an offer for somebody, or you're looking for that in your life, you have to be willing to make the changes to get there. Don't deceive yourself. Ooh, owl, wise seeing, wise action. Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. So, I feel like there's one more. I don't know why. I was about to start reading, and there's one more. It's one more. One more. Pisces. Oh, 2 more. Okay. Yeah, you have a very interesting reading this month. You've had really interesting ones for a while, though. Owl. Let's see here. Okay. Wise seeing, wise action. I keep losing it. There it is. Okay. Should the hooting owl come looking for you this Halloween, it indicates the need for wise counsel or further information before you make a decision. Considered action is warranted. Think before you act emotionally and ensure you think strategically, not impulsively. And then you get Lady de los Muertos. You guys have a lot of messages here, so we'll take them. Remember to take them how you want. They might be helpful at certain times during the month. Come back and listen to them whenever you want, okay? Or even when you're just questioning things. Roll it back to the end of the video, get some answers. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and that perhaps until then we can choose to be life-affirming takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out for the better. If you are holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let go. You guys know what she's talking about. Your cards have been all about that this month. Let's not pretend that they weren't. So then we get the Underworld. I love this card. It's very scorpionic. So should the Underworld card be present in your reading, you are being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. This may involve changing course. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving. While things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time, this is temporary. Space is being made into which you can create the new. Big changes, big shifts. You know what's happening. You know what needs to be let go of. You know it. You know that things might be feeling weird, but you have all the ability to change that. Skull of Light. Illumination. The idea of being shown the way, even in the most difficult of times, and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed. It is too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the Skull of Light enter your life, know that it is time to open yourself fully to the clarity of bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen to see and to act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. Time to change. And I think that you guys, again, have realized that there's a lot of shifting out of old, especially family, it feels like, in friendship issues, ways of communicating in any type of relationship. Again, like that's been coming up again and again. So time to shift, time to change. Big messages for you, Pisces. Let me know in the comments below how it resonates. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful and blessed December, guys. I'll see you in 2021, as well as most likely in the December love readings. I'm going to try to do December love readings in the next week, all right? Let's keep an eye out for those as well. Have a wonderful and blessed month. Namaste.